Pete and Hilary were wearing the insufferably smug look they always assumed when they had made love the previous night. Portia tried to cancel out its atmosphere by moving around the kitchen with extra noise and impatience, banging drawers so loudly that the cutlery inside resonated and jingled like a gamelan. Fierce Tuscan sunlight streamed through the window and lit the big central table where Pete was slitting large batons of bread. "This morning," he said, "we shall feast on prosciutto and buffalo mozzarella. There's cherry jam, there's apricot jam, and Hills is brewing up some coffee." "We have feasted on exactly the same things every morning since we got here," said Portia, sitting herself down with a glass of orange juice. "I know. Isn't it wonderful? Hills and I were up early this morning, and we went into the village for fresh bread. Smell that. Go on. No, go on." "Pete!" Portia pushed the proffered loaf away. "Someone got out of bed the wrong side this morning." Portia looked at her father. He wore an unbuttoned batik shirt, an elephant hair bracelet, wooden sandals, and, she saw with a shudder, tight maroon swimming trunks that emphasized every bulge and curve of his genitals. "For God's sake," she began, but was interrupted by the sleepy, shuffling entrance of her cousin. "Aha!" said Pete cheerfully. It's awake and needs feeding." "Well, hi there," said Hilary, who had developed the strange habit of going slightly American whenever she spoke to Gordon. This also drove Portia mad. "So what's up?" Gordon said, moving a shopping bag from the seat next to Portia and sitting down. "Well now," said Hilary brightly, as she set down a coffee jug between them. "Pete and I were thinking of maybe checking out the Palio." "It's been and gone, Hilary," said Portia, with the exasperated air of one addressing a child. "We met that family who'd seen it last week, remember? A rider fell off his horse right in front of them, and there was a bone sticking out of his leg. Even you can't have forgotten that." "Ah, but there's more than one Palio in Italy, precious," said Pete. "Lucca has its very own Palio this evening. Not as spectacular or dangerous as Siena, but rather fun, they tell me." "Lucca?" said Gordon through a mouthful of bread. "Where's Lucca?" "Not too far," Pete replied, pouring coffee into a large bowl to which he added hot milk. Fragments of skin floated to the top. Looking at them made Portia want to retch. "I wanted to go there anyway. It's the olive oil capital of the world, they say. You can watch it being pressed. I thought we might swim and read this morning, and then make our way slowly there, driving by the local roads and lunching somewhere in the hills. How's that for a plan?" Skin from the coffee clung to his moustache. Portia had never felt so ashamed of him. How Hilary could suffer such a thing on top of her had always been something of a puzzle. Now that she knew there was such a man as Ned in the world, it took on the qualities of an eternal cosmic mystery. "Sounds good to me," said Gordon. "Sound good to you, Portia?" "Completely." Portia stopped herself from shrugging moodily. She didn't mind behaving like a spoiled adolescent in front of her parents, but in front of Gordon she preferred to look more sophisticated. What she really wanted to say was, "So we're going to arrive at Lucca in time to find all the shops and cafes shut, are we? And as usual, we're going to have to wander around a completely empty and deserted town for 5 hours until everyone else has woken from their siestas. That's a great plan, Pete." Instead, she contented herself with remarking, "Arnolfini was from Lucca." "How's that?" said Gordon. "There's a painting by Van Eyck," said Portia, "called The Arnolfini Marriage. Arnolfini, the man in the painting, was from Lucca. He was a merchant." "Yeah? How do you know something like that?" "I don't know. I must have read it somewhere." "I never studied art history." Portia realized that saying, "Neither did I, you don't have to study something to know about it," would sound arrogant, so once again she curbed her tongue. Really, she was becoming insufferably intolerant these days, and she liked Gordon. She liked his quiet acceptance of the terrible things that had happened to him. He seemed to like her too, and it is very easy, she thought, to like someone who likes you. That wasn't vanity, that was practical common sense.